Welcome back to the AD&D Toolkit YouTube channel. We're going to be doing a shorter video today demonstrating one of the elements of AD&D Toolkit that makes it so helpful when playing Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. We're going to give you a few examples of that element. And so what I'm referring to, I'm going to go to one of my characters here, is that in first edition, well, let me just say that second edition has a FACO that you can calculate in your head for the most part. If you've got a character sheet, let's say pencil and paper character sheet, and you've got your abilities, any adjustments for to hit rolls, like a magic weapon or your strength score, and if they're documented on your character sheet, you can calculate FACO in your head. It's a little bit different in first edition. The calculations are done very similarly, but you need to reference an attack table from the DMG to see about scoring hits. Most first edition Dungeon Masters will have those attack tables up on their DM screen, but that's just one example. There are many like that, and there is a way to simplify referencing those attack tables and to speed it up a little bit if we digitalize all of the data, which is what happens in AD&D Toolkit. So each player creates their character or characters and creates their digital sheet here, and they maintain it themselves. This is one of my characters. He's War Baron, a level 1 human fighter. And this would be the fighter's attack table at level 1. We only have this top row is only for a level 1 fighter. And you'll see, let's check out the armor class 10 going on down values. 10, 11, 12, 13. Those are the numbers or higher he needs to hit those armor classes on a D20. So if we were to raise his experience, and now War Baron has gone from a level 1, I think I missed that update button, sorry, from a level 1 to a level 8 fighter, and you'll see those values are now much lower, 4, 5, 6. So dynamically, these numbers change, and if you hover over the little tooltip, it'll tell you the adjustments that are incorporated here to hit these armor class values. So it just speeds things up. It's very easy for my players. They'll roll the 20-sided die. They roll an 11. And so if this character was to roll an 11, he'll very quickly just look at his table and say, I can hit as well as armor class 3 DM. And then I, knowing the armor class of their adversary, their opponent, know right away if he hit or not, rather than me having to look at attack tables every time. More importantly, these are this bottom row here, these are weapon versus armor type adjustments. There are a table for those values too. Most DMs ignore that system. It just really slows things down, is usually the feedback I get. It's hard to manage. They don't want to implement it. If they do it all, it's a very simplified version of it. But with the AD&D Toolkit, we can actually implement it by the book, which I really like, because it is a good system. It allows, I've talked in other videos, for weapon diversity. If you have things to consider, like the weight of your weapon, the reach of your weapon, and now your weapon's bonus or penalty versus different types of armor, those are more reasons to consider a weapon other than the damage that it does. And the more factors you can have in determining what's the best gear for you, the more diversity there, the better the game. There's more depth to it. And instead of have everybody using long swords and long bows, you now have reasons to use other weapons. I know I oversimplify that. There are some really other very cool weapons like the spear and so forth, but you get my point. I think we're limited without having some diversity in the factors to consider, such as weapon versus armor and weight, all of that. So very easy how you would use this is these numbers are from the perspective of the player, meaning numbers in green will affect the player positively, their to-hit rolls, and the ones in red will affect their to-hit rolls negatively. And this works, as you can imagine, I would think pretty simply. If this player was going to roll the d20, let's say they rolled a 9 and they were fighting an enemy with armor class 5, 9 would hit. They're going to add 1 to the enemy's armor class because of the type of weapon they have versus armor class 5. And so the enemy's armor class is actually 6 now. It raises up 1. So this can be really a cool system to employ. And how that works is down here, you will see the weapon that I have equipped for this character has piercing type damage. So these highlighted, or not highlighted, but bold printed white text items, these are the things that this character has equipped. You can unequip it by clicking this X, equip something new by clicking the green. And actually we'll do that. So this is a piercing type weapon. So these are the values you get for those armor classes. And you'll see if we switch to a broadsword, which is a slashing type weapon, you're going to get different values here. And so it updates instantly on the fly. That's simple, that quickly. So I really like having these tables that are customized to the specific character. And there's other tables like that. I'm just going to show you one more here. And this will be from the Dungeon Master's point of view, because this is another one. It's pretty new, but it's really speeding up gameplay for me. And so the table I have here is the monster attack table, right? So on the same table, on the same page in the DMG as the PC attack tables, there are monster attack tables, and I've just incorporated it here. And what it does, and you'll see that this table is much smaller than the one in the DMG, and the reason for that is we need these columns, right? These are the HD of the monster. But instead of having armor class values on this side, we have the actual characters that are active in my party. You'll see War Baron, Hab, and Sticky Fingers. And up here we have War Baron, Hab, and Sticky Fingers, and so on. So this is all 7 of the characters currently active in my party. And these are the already calculated values that they need to be hit. So for instance, if I have an orc, which is just under 1 HD, and he wants to hit War Baron based upon War Baron's armor class and so forth, we know that orc needs a 17, but that same orc can hit Hab, who's a magic user, with a 12. And so these numbers are easily read and available to me right here. It's been speeding things up for me. I can't imagine every DM wouldn't like that. But that's just, again, one of the many values of having a digital tool like AD&D Toolkit is we can customize all of the tables in the DM, or a lot of the tables in the DMG, specifically to my party or my context, my situation, which makes things much quicker, saves a lot of time and effort on page flipping and all of that. So yeah, I hope this was helpful. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you with the next video. Bye-bye.